Dzień dobry, assalamu alaikum, ciao, konnichiwa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're well today. This is Ken at 10, live as usual from SW16. If you've just visited for the first time, then welcome along. Thanks for coming. If you're joining us yet again, then thank you for returning once more. We are James Alexander Estate Agents, and I broadcast daily from our offices in SW16, Southwest London. We're in Norbury, which is sandwiched between Streatham to the north and Croydon to the south. And we talk about all things really, including property. Currently live, as you can see, from Tokyo. I'm currently replacing Alex Scott. Not really. I'm actually in Norbury, but I'd like to replace Alex Scott. I wouldn't really. Actually, I think, there's this big controversy over her voice and whether or not the fact that she's got a South London twang is an issue. And I think it's great. I think it's representative and a lot of people relate to it. And the idea that Digby Jones has got a nicer voice is just wrong. I think she's the best presenter they've got on there, actually. But that's just an opinion. What about you? You've been enjoying the Olympics? I mean, I've absolutely loved it, particularly this young lady. I think she is absolutely fantastic. I was hearing her speaking again on the telly this morning, and she is so inspirational. Do you know what she intends to do next Olympics? She's got a bronze medal at 13 years of age, and next Olympics she's going to come back and do surfing as well as skateboarding. Can you imagine what a powerhouse she's going to be by the time she's 18 in 5 years' time? Unbelievable. What a role model for our young people. Absolutely. Tip my hat to her and her family. Fantastic. Can you imagine how it feels to be her family, how proud they must be? She speaks so well as well, so eloquently for a young girl. So, yes, let's get on to property, shall we? That's what we're here for. A few headlines for you today. First of all, let's talk about there's a lot of shortages going on right now, and there's a shortage of construction workers. What's happening at the moment is that developers are struggling to meet demand, and they say that such outgoings will rise. Costs will rise by over 10% over the next year, according to the RICS, and the demand is way in excess of the available level of staff, both skilled and unskilled. And that, coupled with another shortage of timber, is going to cause building prices to go through the roof. And, we've said for some time that people often, or more often than not actually, underestimate the cost of work that they have to do on a house that they're buying. And quite often, the price of one in bad condition is actually more than you would expect. In other words, you couldn't do the work and make the nice one. But the problem and the quandary for most buyers is that the one that's undone is just about affordable, and the one that's done up is out of their price range. This is often the way. And it's a real dilemma, especially if you have a deposit of 10%, which, let's face it, in today's market is loads of money, absolutely loads of money. But still, in property terms, in terms of the lenders, they don't think that's much money. They think you're a greater risk because they're taking 90% of that risk. And so if there's lots of work to do on a property and you've only got a 10% deposit, I say only in inverted commas because I know it's loads of money, then that's not a lot of money to a lender. And the risk is that you have a survey done and the surveyor then holds what we call a retention, which means that you have to do work before they'll release the money, or worse of all, just refuses the loan on the basis it's too high loan to value for the work required. And estate agents are well aware of this issue as well. So if you're competing with someone with a larger deposit and you're looking for a property with loads of work, you may struggle with that, I'm afraid. Also on that subject, if you can afford to get one that's in slightly better condition, it can be to your power, because what you're finding now, as you can see, is that we're talking about shortages of workers, shortages of materials. We've spoken to builders recently that have been saying that they can only get 1 bag of cement and 1 bag of sand per builder's merchant. So literally now when they're doing jobs, they're pricing in A, the increased cost of the materials in the first place, and B, the cost to them of the labour in queuing up at various builders merchants where they could get everything in one hit. Now they're queuing up at 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's taking them 1 or 2 days just to procure the materials to do your job. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely nuts. In terms of the market generally, we're busy. We've got some good stuff coming up as well. A couple of things I'd like to show you. As far as the market's concerned, we've got a couple of sneak peeks for you. First one, you're going to like this. Isn't that a beauty? That's a new instruction here on Big Inwood Road. You heard it first here live on Ken at 10. This house offers over 750,000. It's an absolute beauty. Want a sneak peek of the garden? There you go. Absolutely beautiful landscape, beautiful home, and it's a must-see if you're looking for something. 750,000 £. I know it's a lot of money, but if you've got a little bit less and talking about the same sort of thing, then you might want to look at this one. This is on Hillcote Avenue, which is a fantastic road. It's an unmodernized house, needs work, and that's on offers over 700,000. And you can see there's not a lot of difference in price, but the difference there is location. Hillcoat Avenue is a more expensive road, and hence, although it needs work, the prices are quite similar. But there you go. We've got a couple of nice choices for you if you happen to be lucky enough to be in that price band. Also, people have asked me again about stamp duty. So just flipping up here to let you know what the new stamp duty prices are. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, don't forget you can pause the video to get the video that's the part of the video that's relevant to you in terms of this, if this is helpful. So for a second time buyer, these are the pre and post September figures, so you know what you're paying. Up until the 30th of September, you do still get a discount. It's worth 2.5K. So if you look at the purchase prices in the middle there, you get an idea of what you have to pay as a second time buyer. As a buy-to-let or second home, of course, it goes up because you have the extra 3% to pay. And there you can see the difference, a whopping £30,000 post-September the 30th or 27,500 prior. And finally, if you're a first-time buyer, then the good news is if you're buying up to 300,000, there is no duty. And if you're buying at 400,000, there's duty of £5,000. And as you can see here, the key takeaway from this is that if you're a first-time buyer, the pre or post September deadline makes no difference whatsoever to you, which is one of the reasons why the first time buyer market hasn't been anywhere near as busy as the broader market and the middle market of the family homes of people selling or refinancing and moving up. In terms of weather today here in Norbury, it is absolutely stonking. It's beautiful. We got fluffy clouds, just a little breeze and bright sunshine. It's lovely. And I do feel a sense of normality. You know, I went in my coffee shop this morning, saw a couple of familiar faces, and it was just a delight to see familiar people and have a chat, and just, you know, things just felt like they were slightly back to normal. And then last night playing with the Fulham Big Band, thanks guys, and supporting cancer research in the process, raised some money there. That was great fun, just to be back in a pub and playing live and getting appreciation, and it's just lovely. And I just feel like that sense of normality is just carrying through now. We're certainly finding, as far as the sales market's concerned, there's less stock available, but as you can see, we're getting some high quality instructions. You'll hear them first here. You know, we like to give you a sneak peek. If you're interested, always give us a call. If you need some property advice, doesn't matter where you are, we don't care. We'll still take your call. Just give us a call through, drop us a message. We'll always come back to you, try and help if we can. We'll try and bring you hints and tips and tricks every day in terms of things that you need to know in property terms. There are some other resources that you might like, though. So we also have a podcast, and the details are now scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and that might be useful for you. So in terms of the market today, quite a quiet day today, very busy on viewings. We've got lots of new instructions that are causing quite a commotion. We've got a couple of properties in the mid-ranges around sort of 450,000, and we've got these two beauties that we're just putting live in the next couple of days. So quite a busy day here at JA Towers, and yeah, always good fun. We've got keen to take your inquiries if you're thinking of selling or wondering what to do. Should you sell? Should you keep, rent it out and buy something else? You know, that's a discussion that can take a while, and you know, we're happy to chat that through with you and see what's best for you, because you know, renting your property out isn't always best for everybody. You need to be a certain personality, you need to deconnect, detach emotionally, and then look at it as a business. You know, the moment you move out of your home and you rent it out, it's no longer a family home, it's a business. And you need to make sure that business is protected and that the numbers stack and everything works for you. So if you want to chat that through, you know, we're here for you on that too. So that's it for today. Stay safe, have a fantastic day, look after your family and friends. We'll be back same time tomorrow with another Ken at 10.